Hi friends, today we will see how to trust the opponent in the bind using our longsword and using an opposition. So what is an opposition? It is a position that we take with the sword to control the line, especially we take the position with the rotation of our joints, especially the wrist, but of course with the longsword also the shoulder and the elbow. Now, what is the goal of this exercise? What is the goal of this thrust? And what we use to put this thrust in practice? Now, it is important in this action to control our balance. Now, and what I mean by saying this, it is not always staying balanced, which some people advocate, but creating a controlled unbalancing. So you have to unbalance yourself to gain speed. Why we do this? Because one of the way in which the body moves is running, and running is nothing more than controlling and balancing. So why you should not be balanced every time? There's not a motivation. If you can safely unbalance yourself to gain speed by running, you can do it. And this is one of these situations in which we can do this kind of attack and this kind of motion. So let's see the action itself. This action follows two principles that we find in the Fiore de Liberi manuscript. The first one is the exchange of thrust. So we are opposing to the opponent's blade, which is not thrusting at us, but we are in the bind and we are thrusting at them. But we follow the same principle. So we take a strong position and we take the line from the opponent and from the opponent's weapon, and then we thrust toward him. Now, in the defensive situation, the exchange of thrust, in my opinion, is an action on tempo. In this situation, we do the action as a first intention attack against the opponent binding. The second principle that follows is the crossing at the tip of the sword, because of course we are crossed at the tip of the sword, and when we are strong, we can thrust directly the opponent as the manual says, and we are doing also this thing. So by the way of moving, what we can say about the way of moving, as I have said before, we try to unbalance ourselves to start our running motion, and by doing this we try to achieve the fastest motion as possible with a full step. If we try to achieve our full step by staying in balance, which in part is impossible, but we try to keep the balance as much as possible, we move very, very slow. In this way, our defense is divided in two parts. The first one is the speed of our action, so the more we are fast, the lesser chance there is the opponent is doing a counter. The second defense we have is the opposition itself. One of the basic reaction against this action is trying to counter, to parry the thrust, because most of the time a thrust is very weak on this axis, so it is very easy to put the thrust aside. But in this situation with the opposition, it is very hard to put the thrust aside, toward the side, and so we can thrust easily, and keeping in this way the weapon at bay. And we thrust into the opponent, and we drove the opponent weapon toward the opponent chest, so we are safe. If everything goes in the good way and the opponent doesn't do the counter, which we will see in the future videos. I hope this video will help you. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.